Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and hello. I'm here in my little Esperanto auditorium. I'll spin around. It's not for Esperanto specifically. I've also held a philosophy club here, which was nice, and it was my first experience really trying to host something in Resonite. It went reasonably well, and I want to get more in the hangle. I want to get more in the hang. I want to get better at hosting things, generally speaking. My friend Dwaggy put this together. And then I put the background together of just things. Up there is a text window that I was going to, kind of like a little script that I had written out. And this was going to be for Esperanto Club, and then I did like something way more casual, because this is more like an environment for like teaching. It's like I'm not trying to teach people Esperanto. I've been studying it for like a month right now. And I was not going to film here initially, but I caught myself 3 times trying to make whatever this video is going to be, and I was just an agitated little potato, I know, because I was filming in an empty grid space named ass. Because that's just kind of how I feel about what it is I'm going to be talking about today. But I want to herald in a better energy than that. It's not enough for me to like try and like leave the past behind. It's because, well, if I'm going to leave the past behind, I want to do it a good send-off. I want to do it the right way. I don't want to just like drop kick it like, hey, here's... That was a horrible kick. I don't want to just like drop kick it though. And like that was a good kick. And okay, past, we're out of here. Like, I'll tell the story in a world called ass. Like, no, come on. I can do better than that. And I'm going to do better than that, even in Esperanto land world inside of my little place that I made, because this is special to me. What I'm working on right now these days is very special to me. And before we begin, I want to make a quick note here. Well, 2 notes, I suppose. There's not going to be much Esperanto actually here. This video is, I think, the last big thing I need to get off my chest before I can then dive into properly who it is that I am. Because I've been holding on to things I could have been for a long time. We'll get there. But I do want to quite specifically hammer in one point. I'm in a place that means a tremendous amount to me, as I'm about to talk about things which have caused me a lot of pain and do not mean a lot to me. Or at least I guess obviously it does, or I would not be making a video about it if it actually meant nothing. So there is a lot of heart going on here, but there's a lot of heart right behind me too. And heart pairs with heart. And I had thought earlier that, you know, my ambitions are different than the past, which is a harmful thing to me to recall. It's all the same. It's all the same thing. It's all just life. And I kind of think I would want to say goodbye for what I hope is the last time, the last big thing. I want to say goodbye to the past I've been holding on to, and doing it in a place that reminds me of the future I'm heading towards. I think that's actually the correct way to do this. So let's go ahead and begin. Whoa, what's going on? I'm just going to come in hot with it. There is a monthly event that takes place here in Resonite, which is adult-oriented, which is not an issue inherently. The issue, in fact, it's not even an issue, but I was bidden, oh, you should invite Phineas, and then that invite never got to me. That's going to hurt. Just blanket statement, that's going to hurt. By the time you find out down the line, oh, you should invite Phineas. And then that hurts a tremendous amount. At any rate, we established that it hurts not being invited. In particular, when there was an invitation. It just... The messenger, just it never... That hurts, that's fine. There's 2 additional elements which make this very hard and which turn it into the sort of thing that sticks with you for the entirety of the 6 months, stops you from moving on to become who it is you're going to be, because I'm still stuck on who it is I could have been. Up first is it was a networking opportunity. I happen to know that there's a lot of people who go to this event that I would like to get to know better, that I would like to talk with or exchange ideas. And so that hurts too. Not just I wasn't invited, but also there's a lot of ambition or dream or ideas. And sure, maybe I feel like I'm the only one who, maybe not the only one, but like Phineas should be there to be able to socially and network and stuff. And who do I think I am except for Resonant YouTube channel, several different, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I feel like a lot was missed out when I never got the chance to network with several people with whom I think some tremendous collaborations could have taken place. That hurts. And it hurts for more than just me. A lot of people have a lot that they want to say, a lot of really cool ideas, and those I what might have happened in a collaborative sense had I been included on that particular networking event. That's the timeline. We don't live in that timeline. Those videos, those will never exist. They just, I have to let go of that. That's not the timeline that we're in, and that's too bad because I felt like it could have been a really good one. Outside of the networking, there's another extremely missed opportunity because I mentioned earlier that the party was sexual in nature, or had adult theming. It was just, that's all we're going to say about that. And at the time, I was going through a lot. We're going to be blunt, and then I'll cover my butt with it. That's weird. Weird way to say it. Just bear with me, please. My ex and I never had sex. And you've heard that thing when there's rose-tinted glasses. I don't know if you've heard that. It's a saying that I heard not long ago. But when you look at things with the rose-colored glass or whatever, then all of the red flags just look like flags. And that was a massive red flag the 2 times we had seen each other in person before moving, when I moved and spent all my money to move 2,000 miles. Oops. Because there were definitely some signs of things not quite lining up, but I figured that those were circumstantial and that surely, surely this won't be a problem. And as it turns out, it was a massive problem. I will not get more into that. There are so many personal details. What I will say, and this is like the covering my butt thing or whatever, the number of times I spoke with my ex about, can I make a video about this? Can I say this? Can I do whatever? The number of times was whatever you want. Say whatever you want. Can I, in 5 months, say whatever you want? Make a video. Do whatever you want. And it was like, at a certain point, you have to go ahead and trust the man who says, do whatever you want. Like, does not care. And it's like, okay, well then fine, because I've been holding on to this for a super long time, and I'm being as respectful as I can, which is why we're not saying anything else. I'll just hammer the last time. We never had sex. We were not intimate. And that was damaging to me because I don't know that we need to go into it. But at this particular party, while I was in the middle of something not being right in my relationship, I could have made tremendous use out of some healthy examples of expressions of sexuality. This is where we enter into the territory of different timeline. Like, we just don't live in the timeline where I was able to look up to people who had a healthy grasp on confidence and expressions of the self in that way. I didn't get examples of that. I didn't get people to be able to confide in on that way. I was never exposed to that. That's it. I was never invited to that. Still haven't been. Not to that. Like, to any, like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But for 6 months, I've been hanging on to this one that I could have been more confident in myself and reached a resolution in my relationship, which was broken, far earlier than it did come about. That could have coincided with networking opportunities with people who do inspire me as we could work together on my dream, sharing my emotionality and making videos, sometimes making videos that help out people, little tutorials or whatever. But I just like talking, I like communicating, and there's people who have ideas that they would want to be communicated. And we lived in a world where on the inside, there could have been some earlier resolution. And then on the outside, there could have been some marvelous art. And I've held on to that alternate timeline for a really long time. And if you notice, right now, I am filming a video. And I thought that what I'm saying right now were things I wanted to say to the individual people, the people who I know go, the people who I wanted to be able to network with and say, hey, can we make some music videos? I think that'd be kind of fun. Or anything, man, anything. Or then there were people who I really did want to get to know better. And for a time, I wanted to talk to each of them. There was like 7 people, man, about the missed opportunities, how I want to try and rekindle that or whatever, and completely the wrong move. Just the wrong move, man. That's trying to like reconcile a past that didn't pan out as one might have thought it could have, when what I want to do is just my thing. Man, I'm so tired of yearning for a certain type of a future or deciding where my place in things is supposed to be. Bitch, this is my place now. I decided that because I got really tired of, no one wants me in. I don't know. It feels like no one wants me in their place. That's a problem because we're talking about one recurring event that I'm not a part of. That's fine. There's other events I could be part of, even of a similar theme. Like, there's things I could do. There is. But there's nothing that I can do for me 6 months ago, is the thing. Actually, nope, I take that one back. I take it back immediately. Because there's events I could go to, and you go to an event to network, you meet the people who can then bring you into other events, you meet the friends of friends, etc. I could network if I wanted to, but on the front of, do people want me? That's not one that I know. I have 2 friends who saw I was in Resonite right now and wanted to be able to join, and in the future I'll be able to film and have people around more regularly, especially people who've been around for a long time. I'm looking forward to that. Community meets, or Esperanto Club, a couple of people came to, and that was a ton of fun. I've been invited into spaces, the Esperanto VR Discord most recently. I was invited there, and with absolutely welcome arms, which was tons of fun. And there's a handful of friends who have been inviting me to make a big point out of, like, I know who wants me around. Like, there are people who want me around, but there are places that I had wanted to go that there's zero indication that I'm wanted there. And all of this is me leaning into what's good. I mean, first of all, Esperanto can't say no, Phineas, go away. But everyone's been so friendly and nice, and that just feels good. And the really short end of things, like just to sum it up so swiftly, is I can do something like host Esperanto Club in Resonite and invite people to that. And then I don't have to worry about what other people are doing, and I want to be a part of what they've got going on, because that hurts. That's when you get into 6 months of holding on to a life that you think that you could have had. And that's not the timeline. That's not this timeline. And I can do what I I can't I can't um I can host a club and invite people. Pretend I said a lot more than that with a lot more emotion, because there's some that's just not coming out. And today at work, I got real fired up because it's karaoke tonight, which I always used to love going, and it meant a lot more when I had a boyfriend who I wanted to impress, or when I had a boy who was not my boyfriend or friend. Like, I've only hung out a couple times. But then it's just nice. It's nice having somebody to go with. I'm at the point where I can do karaoke on my own. It's not a problem. I can go when there's people who upset me who are there. I can still do that. Like, that's fine. But I recognize through, I just don't know that I want to. Because it's a hard place to be because of everything I've been talking about right now. There's so many people. Any given night, it's about a quarter to a third of people there. And I have every indication that they don't want me there. And we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that so soon, because that's me. That's my problem. That's on me. That's an internal thing. That's on me. But I was thinking through that. I just don't really feel like going. And yeah, there's friends who I would love to be able to see there, but whatever. Whatever, man. It's fine. Whatever. Because I'd rather do this. I'd rather lean into a life that I can select and learn more Esperanto, so I can be a little better for the next club, or make videos that inspire me and not just videos where I'm like working through a mental challenge. It's like, no, just stop, man. Just stop. And I was thinking about that today at work and getting fired up. And we don't do that anymore. Man, I have a life. I want to live. It's not only this. It's not only the Esperanto stuff. It's me. As I've been getting more excited about Esperanto, it feels like it came out of nowhere, but that's just the first thing that I'm letting myself be excited about for quite some time. I made a video about this not too long ago, so we'll not stay on that point. But what looks like excitement about one particular thing is an excitement for my entire life and for the person that I am, and to be excited for the person that I am instead of sad when it feels that no one else is excited about the person that I am, which, once again, there's a lot of people who are excited about who I am. And this whole 6-month thing, time to be done with that. Because I'm holding on to, like, what, 6, 7 people who are not, in my view, excited about who I am. In one thing, one instance, one moment, like one such a small corner of the world, man, it doesn't matter. And it's wrapped up with my relationships, so then they're friends with my ex, and then they're hanging out, so then do I want to be friends anyway? And heck if I know, it's all the dumbest thing in all of the land. And I don't need to, like, make it better with any individual people. It's like, no, stop, just move on. I think I just repeated myself. I think the last 5 minutes were all me saying the exact same thing. Let's please move on. But just to iterate the point, man, when I'm so caught up in those 7 to 6 people, whatever, and the 6 months that could have been, like the whole situation, I'm not looking forward, like my gaze is not set upon where I'm headed. The people who have been here, who have been inviting me, who I have been working with. I'm so stuck on what could have been and things that did or did not happen 6 months ago, and mental states that I was in that could have been corrected for, or insight. Like, my mind is so full of all of the wrong things. All of the wrong things. The world is good. Things are good. I don't know how else to say it. I don't think there is another way to say it. I can't control what other people do, but I can control my actions. I can do something that I think is really cool, and I can invite people into it. And when someone comes to the thing that I think is really cool, I can say, heck yeah. Or I can go to the things that people do invite me to, and then I can say, heck yeah. That's a good thing. The world is a good place. I'm just so focused on the wrong parts of it. And making this video is maybe a little bit strange. I don't know. I just need to talk for a second because there's a situation here. I don't know exactly what it is. Give me a minute. One of the things I do know is that it's not anyone else's job to absolve me of my emotions. That's me. The problem is not 6 to 7 people at karaoke. The problem is me, who has a problem. Like, I'm caring about what other people think. I'm holding on to resentments for 6 months now. And the life it could have been. And even inside of that is the guy I was with, and I was ready to be with for a super long time. I'm getting caught up in the wrong things again. But what I'm trying to say here is that I'm the person who's really caught up on the life I think I could have had 6 months ago. Nobody else does that. And by the time I have a problem with 6 to 7 people, that's me. That's me. Because ultimately, what my connection with those 6 to 7 people is me. I'm the common factor in all of those. It's me. And I don't need 6 to 7 people to absolve me, tell me it's okay, and then I'll just start collecting the pieces of 7 until I'm whole again. No, that's absurd. Because the problem is still me. I don't care how many apologies that I get or how many invites. Because at that point, it's not 6 months ago come at me. It's the pattern would remain. It's a mental thing. Because if I stay caught up in the life that I think that I should have, or the life that I could have had, or the person who I think that I could be if only I had the opportunities. No. No. I have to bleep that. I didn't want to. No. I have more life to live than that. But I'm making a video about it, right? And so, I don't know. I had to do something with all of this energy. And I felt like I wanted to talk about what it is that, I'm so big and brave and bold for moving past this thing that's been bothering me for 6 whole months. And I don't know, is the case, like, there's people I could open up to. I tried confiding and it just didn't pan out. I don't know. But I don't really think that I'm looking for sympathies or apologies or, pats on the back, or, everyone's going to want head pats now and then. I just wanted to do something that was meaningful so that I would be able to know that I did something meaningful about what I was feeling. And the thing that I do is make videos. That's just what I do. And I'm really precious about my channel, actually. I try, like, I get worried, just like, I don't always know what kind of video to make, so I just kind of always follow my heart on that. And there's, the things in the background that I'm really excited about and following my heart there also, I think. Because this is not an easy video to make. As far as I know, I'm, like, gosh dang it. If I'm having this hard of a time getting out what it is that I need to say, then I think maybe it's just time to be okay with what we've said so far. Because, look, if it doesn't want to come out, then I'm not going to force it. That sucks for me as a presenter. I'm sure for you as the audience, it's going to feel a little bit forced. I went as far as I could, and I think after this, anything gets too personal to bring up, or there's some kind of blocker. I don't know. And so I guess we'll wrap things up. Because this video serves as a declaration, and I don't make very many of those, but I've been making more of them in recent times. I'm just super ready to be done being caught up on the past. And the future past, like what might have been the whole alternate realities thing. And I said that in a platform which means a tremendous amount to me, to people who mean a tremendous amount to me. I know many people who watch these, and many of us are friends, and it means a lot. And I'm moving forward with that integrity in mind. I think that's all that really needs to be said. I feel maybe a little bit better. And next time I feel all of the emotions that I did at work today, I'm going to go ahead and be like, no, we addressed those. And now we can think about other things. So I'm going to go think about other things. By that, I mean editing that, so I can put all of this behind me, finally. Because there's some really cool things that are taking place presently, and that's what I want there to be more room for in my life personally. And I think this video is going to be a big step towards that. So there we go. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys so soon. Because there's a lot of really cool things that are on the way. So I can't wait to do all of those things. And then you have a whole entire life to live too. So you do your thing, I'll do my thing, and then we'll reconnect and we'll take notes and we'll compare notes. And I think it's going to be good. But time to go. Bye bye.